This is Honors Geometry, Lesson 1-1 Examples. First one we're going to do, it's asking us to give two other names for line WQ. So the first thing I'm going to do on the diagram is find the line WQ. There it is. And we learned in our notes that we can call it WQ, but we could also call it QW. So one name we could say is QW, bar above it with two arrows representing a line. And a shortcut you're going to sometimes see, when the diagrams get complicated, they're going to put a little lowercase letter on the line, and that's a shortcut. We can call this line G. It's a second name for that one. Number 4 asks us to give another name for plane V. Remember the shortcut for naming a plane, you sometimes just put a capital letter off to the side, and they called it plane V. We can call it plane, and we can choose any 3 points that lie on that plane. So it looks like R. We'll take S and T. They should be 3 non-collinear points. So we don't want them all in the same line. We want 3 points that aren't on the same line. Okay, and let's try the next one. Name 3 points that are collinear. Well, we just talked about that. 3 points that are on the same line. It looks like point R, point Q, and point S are going to be our collinear points. And then name a 4th point that's not collinear. So we want to choose another point that's not on that line. It looks like T's not on that line, so our non-collinear point would be T. Number 6 says name a point that is not coplanar with R, S, and T. So we can see R, S, and T lie on the blue plane, plane W or V. So a point that appears not to be on that plane would be point W. So the answer we're looking for is W, is a non-coplanar point. Let's look at the next one. Change colors here. What is another name for segment ZY? Again, first thing I like to do is find that on the diagram. And we said order doesn't matter in a segment. ZY is the same thing as YZ. Name all rays that have an endpoint of V. So again, let's find that on our diagram. So a ray also always starts with 1 point. In this case, they want us to start with V. So we could start with V and go towards W. We can start with V and go towards Y. We could start with V and go towards X, or we can start with V and go towards Z. You always want to start with the end point and go towards the other one. You always point to the right. Doesn't matter what the diagram looks like. Your notation is always to the right, always capital letters, and you have to start with the end point. 2 pairs of opposite rays. Remember, opposite rays always start with the same endpoint but go in opposite directions. So VY and VZ look like opposite rays. They both start at V but go in opposite directions. Or you could say VW and VX are another pair of opposite rays. And last one, it says give another name for WV, ray WV. So we say that, let me get rid of that so you can see it better. It starts at W and goes forever and ever towards V. So we want to also start at W. We have to start the same place in order to be the same ray. So we're going to start at W, and we want to go forever and ever in this direction. So instead of saying going towards V, we could say we're going towards X. It's the same thing. All right, go ahead and try a few you try problems. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.